I can be having a perfectly wonderful day, walk into a big department store of some type, and come out feeling horrible. And it took me like years and years to figure out what was going on and why that was happening to me. And I finally realized, after many years of experiences like that, that I'm what some people call a highly sensitive person. But when you're a highly sensitive person, it means you feel everything intensely and more than the average person. And when I'm out in a group, a large group of people, like a big gathering, sometimes it just overwhelms me and I have to go and get away from everyone. So that's part of the negative side of being a highly sensitive person. There are positive aspects to being a highly sensitive person. Now, I'm very intuitive, I'm very creative, I sense things that are positive really deeply and vividly as well. And that's why my communion with nature, I think, is so profound for me, is because my high sensitivity allows me to really feel everything deeply. The topic is for highly sensitive people, and I want to speak about this because I feel like a lot of people suffer with this and don't really understand what's going on. When you're highly sensitive and there's a lot of intense energy going on, sometimes you feel like you just can't sort things out. You don't know what's happening, and it's very scary and very frustrating. And for me, one of the most important things to do when I'm having that type of experience is to get myself outside and to ground into the nature, into earth, put my bare feet on the ground. It really, really helps. It really balances me. Sometimes I just lay down and do nothing and lay in the dead man's pose, and that helps. I often will call someone and simply, some of my friends who understand my nature, I may call someone just to say, can you listen to me for a little while? I'm really going through something and I just need to talk it out. Meditation and quiet time can also be helpful, but sometimes, depending on the type of sensitivity that I'm having, I can't do those type of practices. That's not what I need because that makes me feel more ungrounded. So I have to do something that involves earth, people, simplicity. So I've been judged a lot in my life, I think, or I felt judged by people that I love or people that I'm close to because of my nature and because of these things I'm talking about. The gifts of being a highly sensitive person, I think, greatly outweigh the negative side once you learn how to manage it. I would never give it up for anything because I love my sensitivity. I love my creativity and my ability to feel spirit, commune with nature, and just be intuitive. I have a strong intuitive nature as a result of that, which allows me to feel what other people are feeling. And again, this can be a positive or a negative. When I do intuitive readings and that type of thing, it's an assistance. It really helps me be able to sense what's going on with someone. And it used to be at times people would come to me for guidance. They might walk in the room and I would feel like I was going to start crying for no reason before they said anything. And as I talked to them, I asked them, are you sad about something? Are you going through some grief? And generally they were. So that ability to sense, feel other people can come in helpful. But on the negative side, it can also really be challenging when there's a lot of people going through difficult times and you're in that environment, or you're watching a lot of TV where there's a lot of violence or trauma or difficulties, which we see so much in our world now. Then you can pick that up unknowingly. You might feel fine and then later start feeling all these bad feelings and not connect the two and not realize that it's because of what you watched or it's because of a person you just spoke to. And that's what happens. We get affected because we are all connected. It's one energy matrix that we all live within. So we are all connected. But when you're that sensitive and you're picking up everybody else's feelings, it's extremely challenging. So mindfulness helps a lot, because then you can pay attention, or you can retrack and think, well, what did I do? What happened that made my emotions shift or made me start feeling bad? And how can I change it now? How can I get back to my center? So I have to monitor myself very closely, and I'm also very careful about who I spend time with and how long I spend time with people. Because certain events or certain types of parties or gatherings, I can only go for a short while, and I know that about myself, and I'm okay with that now. But it used to be I was always feeling like, well, gosh, how come I can't do that? Or how come everybody else seemed to have a good time, and I came home and I felt worse than when I went? So that happens to highly sensitive people like me, and it may happen to you as well. That's what I have today on my mind. I guess I don't know how often it gets talked about, but it's one of the things I wanted to share about. And so that's why I made this little video today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that your life and your sensitivity is really working for you and not against you, and that you might find something helpful in what I've said today. So don't forget to live your passion and be your authentic self. See you next time.